Hello, welcome to the Wilfie'S podcast.
I wasn't ready then.
Sorry, we're going to roll with it anyway.
Great.
Welcome to Wilfie'S podcast. Today's episode is just about getting to know us, really, isn't it?
Yeah, we're not fun people, but...
Not, well, one of us isn't. She is.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, so what have we got for... We made a little plan. If you just did like a summary of like everything that we're hoping to cover.
Well, we're going to talk about moving out. The challenges, the fun, the stress, all that malarkey. Hobbies, our careers.
Nice.
A quiz. Did we need to make up some questions for this?
Probably, but we'll just...
I can search them up. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. I've got an easy ride, this podcast.
And then talking about upcoming trip that we have on Friday.
Nice. Cool. So, starting off with...
Your hair's a bit flat.
My hair's a bit flat, I'm sorry. I need a haircut. That's one of the things that I need quite badly.
We should have gone today. We could still go after.
Yeah, good idea.
Cool.
So first of all, we started a podcast just because we thought it'd be nice. It gives us an opportunity to sit down and have a conversation without our phones, which rarely happens in the world these days.
I feel kind of rude with the laptop on me though.
No, it's all right.
It wouldn't actually be on me if...
As long as you're not like watching YouTube videos while I'm just over here. Yeah, so we thought we'd just have a conversation about our lives, what's going on, give you like constant updates. If you've got any highlights throughout these videos, I'll just chop them up into little videos so you can watch them on the channel as sort of they come out in between podcasts. We're planning to do 3 a week, every week without fail, for at least the next 3 years, and then a shorter day as well, at least, maybe more, as I put them together. So that's sort of a background as to why we've started. First topic was moving out, was it?
Yeah. Moving
out. So Soph and I have finally left the nest. We're now under our own steam in our own flat, which is super exciting. But there's obviously some pressures as well. Like we've got to think about bills and rent and all that stuff. How are you feeling about moving out so far? How long have we been... It was 25th of August that we moved out.
Yeah, and what's the date now? The 9th. It hasn't been that long.
Hasn't been that long. How have you been finding it?
I don't really know. I'm still like unsure because it's not home yet.
Yeah.
Like you don't have... I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. Like it's not ours just yet. Like, there's still so much to get.
We're still sort of moving in and finding our feet really.
And like putting stuff away and then remembering like, oh yeah, I'll put it there.
Yeah,
it's
honestly,
just frustrating.
I have no idea where anything is in the kitchen.
Oh, I know where everything is in the kitchen.
That's because you sorted it.
I don't know where any of my clothes are.
Yeah, I feel like every time you move out, you always lose stuff in the move. Like
I've never moved out. Like I've lived at my house since I was a baby,
so
apart from when Mum and Dad. But
when Mum and Dad broke up, I moved from the family home into Mum's house and Dad's house, and like you just end up losing stuff, like things as simple as like plectrums or something like that. It's like I swear I've lost like
you lose them when you do your gigs anyway.
I lose them when I do my gigs. I do.
Moving house isn't going to make it any different.
Yeah, but like cables for plugging in guitars and I don't know, like toiletries, like stuff you don't even think about, like when you're normally living your life, like you just end up losing. Or like a t-shirt.
I've lost that play suit and I'm so annoyed because it's the best one we have. It might even be in that suitcase that I haven't even like attempted to open yet.
I haven't opened it either.
We do need to open that though.
Like finding suitcases and bringing them with us and like stuff like it's just there's so much to think about.
Like we've gone back to your mum's a lot, haven't we, to go and pick up some stuff.
Yeah, we've been quite lucky because we haven't moved very far away from Mum's house, which is where we were living. It's quite easy for us to go back and forth, although it's like a half-hour drive.
It's not. It's a 15-minute drive.
If you abide the speed laws, it's about a half an hour drive. And
you say I speed.
No, he wouldn't do that, and he definitely wouldn't admit to it on a public podcast.
What speed?
I've done more speed awareness courses than you, so it's fine. Yeah, we've been quite lucky because we're able to go back and forth and pick up things as we forget them, basically. So that's been quite helpful.
And we're going back to your mum's tomorrow to go and have some dinner. So.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
I'll have another look around. I've lost like an eyebrow wax stuff.
Eyebrow wax
Like
stuff.
to keep my eyebrows in shape.
Nice.
And I want that for the holiday, so you know.
Yeah, we're going on a holiday. I think we'll talk about that later, aren't we?
Yeah.
We'll hold off on that. That's exciting.
How have you been finding moving out?
I think it's been good. I think slightly more settled than you, but I think I've spent more time here.
I think the second night I wasn't here I was at work and I
Yeah.
slept there, so it was like, it wasn't yet to be the place that I was living at. It was just like one night sort of thing.
Yeah. No, I'm starting to feel at home. I've got a music room which I'm super happy with. I've always wanted one, and finally got one.
It would be homely for you because you literally just live in your music room.
I do. It's great.
So for me, I'm finding some sort of entertainment like puzzles or diamond painting, but for you, yours is a music room. Yeah,
I love it. It's like it's got everything I need pretty much. I just need to get some soundproofing because there's no bed in the room. There's nothing to absorb like extra reverb, and it's amazing how much like bedrooms have. What are you giggling at? It's amazing how much reverb bedrooms have in them, so you need to get some sort of soundproofing or whatever to reduce that. But yeah, no, it's been really good. I'm enjoying it. The cleaning is not so much fun.
No, I'm sure the 2 times I said when it's a Sunday we're deep clean. After my 32-hour shift, I then came home and deep cleaned. And then after yesterday, I then deep cleaned again. All you did was wash up, which was grateful. Like when we used to live at your mum's, you never washed up a thing. You were allergic to very washing up liquid.
I still am. I just have to fight through it now.
But you're not. You're fine.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's having a bit of a spray around in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then moan at me because I left some cheese sauce on the side.
Oh, that was so difficult to get off.
You soak it.
I tried.
You didn't soak it long enough.
Probably not.
So there's so many things he's got.
Make sure your microphone's close to your face. Because otherwise I don't want to get it so like I'm shouting into the mic and you're like really quiet.
Well, I'm talking louder though, aren't I?
You are talking quite loudly.
There you go, see?
Quite good.
It's just because it's too close.
To be fair, you've actually settled into the podcast quite quickly. Because like filming videos, making YouTube videos is my thing. So I've had like quite a few years now of just like being on camera and getting to the point where I can talk without like my brain exploding. Whereas I put my mum in front of the camera and we did a couple of podcasts with mum on her channel. And yeah, it took her every episode like 15 minutes to warm up into it. And then she sort of settled in, but you seem to have settled in quite well, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be awkward here. I just don't. There's 2 cameras. I don't like it.
Yeah, we've got multiple camera angles on a first video on the channel.
Don't know where to look.
I'm quite happy with that.
But back to moving out. Is there any stress you found? Like, any
it was
sort
quite
of
stressful. The thing I found stressful initially was making sure that we got all the bills sorted. So I put that off for a few days.
Haven't done your council tax yet and put your name down.
Need to do that. Yeah, we'll do that later. But other than that, we've got like water, gas, electric sorted. We've got your council tax sorted.
Yeah.
I'm technically a student at the moment as well, so my council tax liability should be 0.
But I thought it was just the house or the flat or the place you're living at that's the council tax and that's it, not per person.
You get a discount if you have a student, so you get 25% off yours, but because I'm a mature student, you don't.
What?
Because I'm a student, you get, and we're both living here, you get 25% off your council tax bill.
Okay.
But because I'm a mature student over 21, you don't get that.
Oh, that's really sad.
But we're splitting it 50-50 anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, great fun. Do you think we've got everything we need, or do you think we need more items in the flat?
I've been quite enjoying relative bare bones living in terms, like we've only just got the coffee table. We've finally got a sofa. I'm super happy with the sofa. Like we've got a bed. I've got a desk. I've got pretty much everything that I want.
I feel like we need to put things on the wall. They're too bland. They're not. It's just not for me.
The walls are quite bare.
And I think because it's like a yellowy, dirty white sort of colour. There's just not. I don't know. It's just. I don't really know how to explain it. Really. I feel like there needs to be something there, like next to the TV.
Well,
I like where the Highland Cow thingy is.
Yeah, we've got a Highland Cow clock just up there, which is cool, but we need to put it on. Because it doesn't have any batteries in it.
We do actually have some batteries to put it on. I've been meaning to do it for like the last week.
Oh, cool.
But like, we need to put that photo up.
We've got a picture of us that I got for our anniversary this year, but it took us ages to put it together. It's a puzzle basically of us. It was 500 pieces, but none of the pieces lined up. And Soph's normally really, really good at 500 piece puzzles and can normally get them done in a day if she just sat with it. But this one literally took months. And yeah, so we want to put that up on the wall. I think that'll make it feel a bit more like ours. We can get some more pictures taken / printed and put up, which would be nice.
I think we need like the little things, like when we come across to something, we're like, oh yeah, we needed that.
Yeah, like oven gloves we went without for a while.
Well, I'm so used to not using oven gloves. I'm so used to using a tea towel.
Yeah, I have to use oven
Whereas
gloves.
you're so used to using a oven glove.
Pizzas, so doing that with.
Yeah, well, I did mess up one of our tea towels, which was white, but you know, we moved. That doesn't matter. That's fine. We just get on with that. Let's just slide out of that and go on to what do you think? What is your day-to-day life? Living here? Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. Well, it depends, obviously, what shift you're working. But our day-to-day life really is like wake up, same as anybody. But sometimes you wake up an hour or two before I do, so you can go to work. And I very comfortably stay in bed.
Yeah, snoring your head off whilst I'm getting ready. I'm like, oh, I wish that was me.
And moving on. And then I'll probably stay in bed and message some pubs to get some gigs, which is a good routine that I'm starting to get into. I'm happy with that. I've been messaging pubs every day at the moment, and I've been getting more bookings as well, which has been really good. Much less stressful as well.
I think it's because also summertime is over with now.
Yeah.
So like they're not so focused on making all the money in the summer, because obviously like the same as you make more money in the summer than you do in the winter.
Yeah.
And it's the same with them, because they can have their pub, like their gardens open for beer garden and like activities outside for like bouncy castle when we went to that other pub the other day.
Yeah, Highlands,
do you know what I mean? Like there's so many different things that they also need to remember, and then once that's out of their mind, they're like, okay, right, let's get back into the groove into music. Do you know what I mean?
No, I think so. I think also being so, bit of context for who I am. I'm a musician. I'm on YouTube as well. You can look me up, Will Taylor. In fact, I might have sent you over here from the Will Taylor channel if you are watching potentially. So hi. Yeah, I'm a musician, and I think I play guitar and sing. So a lot of places that don't necessarily want the loud Saturday nights through the winter, because they can't guarantee people will come out, they still have a lot of people ordering meals on like a Sunday lunchtime. So I've been booked for a lot of Sunday afternoon gigs where it's just me sat in a corner playing my guitar and singing, and it's more relaxed, more chill, which I quite enjoy those gigs, to be fair. Like, it's nice to go a bit crazy on stage, but it's also really nice just to have those relaxing gigs as well, that doesn't feel like there's any pressure to put on a crazy show. I like doing those. And because I'm not there to be watched, it's literally just background music, so it's like there's literally no pressure. And with the best food in the world as well, a lot of the pubs don't like necessarily know what good music is either, so it doesn't really matter how well you do.
I mean, I could sit up there and play some songs on the guitar and sing, you know.
Yeah, play your flute.
Not a flute. I think I'd deafen everyone.
So yeah, that's I've forgotten what your question was, but
it was about the day-to-day life in.
Yeah, so I message pubs, then probably do some more messaging pubs. Maybe put together. Like, I keep a log of everyone that I've emailed most of the time, and so I try not to get any duplicates because that's a bit embarrassing. And then we'll do some open verses more often than not. Then I'm a tennis coach as well when I'm not doing music, so usually go and do that, a bit of tennis coaching, maybe work in the cafe as well, and then come back home, do some more music. I watched the NFL game yesterday, Bills versus the Cardinals. I think it was the Cardinals.
Don't ask me.
It's my first year that I've decided I'm going to watch every game in the season, and I'm supporting the Bills. My mate Connor supports the Bills, so I've sort of just decided to jump on that bandwagon. And yeah, we won, but it was a bit nail bitey. We were down, I think, 10 points to nothing at the start. The Cardinals went on like every time they had the ball, I think 3 times in a row, they ended up scoring. So, but we managed to come through. Josh Allen saved us, which is really good. But yeah, watch the game, make dinner. Well, most of the time I don't make dinner, to be fair. You make dinner, that's your domain. And wash up. But I eat the dinner, so there you go. We both do things for each other. And yeah, then watch Big Bang Theory or watch a film and then go to bed. It's quite normal, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your life's a bit different, I suppose, because you wake up and go to work and come back.
Yeah, I wake up in the morning, depending on what shift I'm doing. If I'm doing a 7:15 to 9:15, I wake up at 6, drive off to work, come back and be asleep by 10:30.
Yeah.
And then if I'm doing sleeping, I'll leave at like 8, don't I? Something like that.
Yeah.
And then I sleep there, and then I come back here and I'm back at 11 a.m. the following morning. Which is, it's good fun, it's just long. There's been like some cases where I've been there for 32 hours and it's like, I'd like to stay at home. You don't get that break from the kids. Well, you do, they're asleep, but it's not the same break, is it? You never relax your brain.
To leave.
Yeah, you've got to stay in that house. Whereas we're so used to, like, sometimes, like last night we went out for a drive, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like, I'm so used to going out at night time to go for a drive, or I don't know, watch something on telly without waking someone else up, which is nice.
So a bit of context. Soph works in childcare. You can explain what you do.
I'm a residential childcare practitioner, and
what is that?
That I was getting to that.
Okay.
And that is where I look after children with a learning disability or trauma or something along them lines, and look after them. I'm basically like their carer. They live with us full time. Some go home on weekends, but they also come back on the end of the weekend. And it is good fun. It's an interesting job. You never get bored of it. Always something new to learn about them.
I think it's really difficult. I think 99.9% of people can't do what you do with the same care and still go back and like are excited to be there.
That is interesting. I want to know what the percentage is.
Yeah, it's probably pretty low. I think a lot of people go into the childcare industry for the money because it pays quite well. And
it doesn't though.
It does pay. It's above minimum wage, and a lot of people.
No, but that's the residential childcare thing. But if you look at it, okay, mine pays quite well, but then there's another one that pays better than my one does.
That's what I'm saying.
But
it's so
Tesco's pay better than what we pay. You could work in Tesco's and get the same amount of money. Maybe not the same hours, but the same amount of money.
Yeah. I don't know. I always thought it paid quite well because there's so many childcare jobs. Like if you look on a job site, it's just all childcare adverts out, or at least care adverts out, and yeah, I don't know.
But then is that a good or bad thing, seeing that there's so many opportunities to go into childcare?
I think it's probably it's a good thing in terms of for people who are looking for work. I think what it means in terms of the greater world is that there's not enough people to look after people who need it. But I don't know, these things have a way of working themselves out, don't they? Like 15
We're never staffed enough.
15 years from now, it'll be there's too many people who have been trained up as childcare practitioners that
they're one of my friends
able to get a job.
To be fair, yeah. But like one of my friends, she went to uni for becoming a doctor, if I remember rightly. I can't remember what it was. I'm pretty sure it was a doctor, but I think it's like the other side of being a doctor. And she's now gone into uni because they're paying people money to train up to be a teacher because there's not enough teachers around. So they're going to pay them a certain amount of money to then go to uni. You don't have to pay for that uni course.
Yeah.
Then you go straight in to do that. And it's like a year or two course. But like back in the day, I really wanted to be a teacher. And then every time I got turned down, like because I wanted to start from the lower level, not going to uni, although I did really want to go to uni, but COVID knocked that one way out of line.
You still could though, if you wanted to in the future, you could still go to uni.
I know, but I don't think
just
I
find
ever
the
could.
energy.
I think looking after kids I look after now than looking after kids in the school, you have a better relationship with them that way.
working with them like you do now.
Yeah, instead of like in a school, you only have a school sort of relationship. Whereas in my place, you have a home environment, and you get to look after them in a way that they're meant to be looked after, you know?
Yeah.
Like in a school, you can't look after them the way you can when you're there at home. And you get to know them better than in a school. So I think generally that would be like my go-to jobs. Don't think I could ever be a teacher ever.
Fair enough. I'm at university at the moment studying songwriting and music production because I love student loan debt. No, I honestly don't know why I'm doing it. It was a poor decision, but I've got 1 year left, so I might as well finish it. I am thinking I might be able to stay on and do a master's and maybe down the line a doctorate in music, just to become a uni lecturer potentially, or have it open as a door for me. I think realistically, I'm just going to put all my eggs in one basket and try and, I don't know, get big on YouTube and do YouTube.
You're not the type of person though to work in a employed aspect.
So originally I did 2 years of business, 2 years of accounting, and worked in a top 10 accounting firm for almost a year. And so I have done the employed stuff, and it didn't feel like me. I think more like a business owner rather than an employee, whatever that means. Yeah, I just have a lot of motivation, and I've proved to myself over the last 2 years of doing music that I am able to go out and get gigs. I can earn enough to pay rent.
Being proactive.
Yeah, I like making things happen.
And doing it in your own time, not being rushed.
That's it. Because I will happily, I can't do 9 to 5 necessarily because my brain might not be switched on, but I might be really good at doing 6 p.m. to midnight. Just sat with my laptop messaging pubs or whatever, or making open verses into the night. I think that's quite typical of creative people. There's a saying that's like songwriters and whatever, they only work from 10 p.m. until 2 a.m. It's like, because that's when you're most creative.
Yeah, when you're in a relationship with that person, it's really, really annoying. Especially if they play music, it's like, it's midnight. Why are you getting your guitar out? Like when we used to live at your mum's, you'd get your electric guitar, the brown one.
Yeah.
Bass guitar.
Yeah.
Bass?
No. Well, it depends.
Electric. The brown Fender thing.
Oh, with the whammy?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that's GNL, yeah.
Yeah, so he'll get that out, but it's so quiet. But you're like, why are you still playing that? Like he'd make a music thing at 11 o'clock at night or something and be like, oh, by the way, I'm just going to play some guitar and make a song at 11 p.m. and I'm literally in the same room as him because it's in his bedroom. It's like, okay.
That's why I've got my music room now.
But talking about hobbies, apart from guitar.
How long have we been going, by the way, on the podcast?
I don't know.
Shall I have a look at the camera?
Yeah.
These jeans are getting more and more ripped. I'm going to have to chuck them.
They're really bad. I don't really know what to say. How long have we gone for?
20 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
We can just keep going.
I feel like we've been talking forever.
Yeah.
I don't talk this much. So, anyway, your hobbies, apart from guitar and tennis and doing a cafe stuff, making videos, what other hobbies do you have?
Don't know, really. What do I have? What have I put on there?
I like going to the gym. You like going to the gym. Although you really, really, really hate going to the gym at the moment.
I've fallen out of love with it.
Oh, I love it. I still love it. Like, it's just finding the time and the energy. Like, after you do long hours, 60, 70 hours a week sometimes, it's really difficult to find the energy to go to the gym. And also I lost it after I came back on that holiday. Before I went on that holiday, I was enjoying it and then came back and I was too tired because...
You went on a work holiday with your...
Yeah, with the kids. And it was a really, really good holiday, but it was a very, very long week. It was only 5 days.
Oh yeah, you went away and I stayed here for that as well, didn't I?
Yeah.
Crazy.
It feels like it's been a very long time now. It's nearly been a month actually. In 10 days, it's been a month.
What, since you went?
Yeah. We went on the 19th.
Oh no, so you went just before
we moved out.
We moved here, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because the second night you stayed here on your own. Which I wasn't happy
You only got 1 day off and then we're straight back into sleep.
Literally, that's the thing for you. So like my gym days that I like is like leg day. I'm quite enjoying back at the moment though, aren't I? Which is weird, and I like doing a bit of cardio. I like the stepper.
Yeah.
And
not a fan of the stepper leg
no,
day.
you're not.
Or back
You
day.
stood on that for about 5 minutes. Not even that. 2 minutes. Not even that. 1 minute.
I went on.
Not even that. Actually, probably 10 seconds.
I went on an incline. Oh wait, not today.
No.
When I was on the step. Yeah, no, not my thing.
I love it. It's just, I like the pain in my legs, but I don't like the pain in my legs after doing a gym day. Do you know what I mean? Like, it hurts. Like, it's like, why did I do this to myself? Why did I force myself to the gym after giving myself this pain? But you enjoy it at the time.
Yeah.
That was really close to my face.
That's right. They could probably hear you for a change.
All right. I enjoy doing puzzles. You really hate doing puzzles.
Well, I don't really hate them.
Okay, you dislike.
I have a very short attention span for it. So if I don't get any success in the first 5 minutes, I'm likely to.
I do
walk away.
actually. So I don't really say this too much, but actually it'd be quite interesting to tell you. You know, I got that diamond painting as well. When I got bored of that puzzle last night, after I got fed up, can't find that one poxy piece that's missing there in that corner, I just gave up, and then I was like, right, I want to do something else, but I can't sit there and watch telly. You're watching the NFL game.
Yeah,
you know?
it was a good game though.
It was a bit boring. It's not my cup of tea.
It was a good game. Only went on for 3.5 hours.
Yeah, 3.5 hours. What was I doing for 3.5 hours? Oh yeah, cleaning and making dinner. He just sat there comfortably.
I'm living the life, guys. Living the life. Remember this podcast in 2 years where Soph's like, I've just had enough. I've had enough of him. I've had enough. He doesn't do anything.
You promised just step up the game a little bit, but I'm pretty sure
I wiped down the kitchen.
What dinner have you made since we've been here?
I've made
apart from your own
fish
for
pie.
Hours.
Made us fish pie.
When?
The first time.
No, I made it the first time because it was disgusting.
The second time.
It was a bit floury.
I made it the second time.
No, you got stressed out with the saucing thing. I started making it really fast, and you're like, how did you get it so fast?
I made.
So you put a bit of, help in. You made the mash. What did we have with mash?
Fish pie.
No, mash and something else. Sausages, pie.
I think I did the pies. May have made the pies. I made your cereal yesterday morning.
But that's not cooking. And then, this morning, I woke up, I made us a cup of tea and your breakfast, and I washed up, and I cleaned the kitchen.
I noticed. I was very appreciative of that. But how can I do it if you just do it straight away,
Because it needs to be done. It needs to be done on the night. I can't cope with the mess. It's got to be done on the day. So cleaning is another hobby of mine. I really love cleaning, but I don't think it'd be ideal to do it every single day because there's nothing to clean and it's more satisfying when it's a bit more dirty, Hoovering needs to be clean. I don't hoover every day.
You hoovered those stairs yesterday.
I know.
I was wetting myself laughing. I had to hold the Emery on the stairs while you hoovered, and then you ended up changing the nozzle on the end, which I've never done in my life, and started hoovering the sides as well. I was like, what are you doing? That's the most in-depth clean ever. It's like, why? It wasn't even dirty. You could wipe your finger along it and there was no dust.
Yes, there was. You should have seen it suck up with the hoover.
No.
Yes.
It was fine.
I forgot to do the other side, so where I moved everything from that side to that side, I didn't hoover the other side, so that's really annoying me. But I learned with that other bit of hoover about the brush, it goes up the wall. I'm like, I can't cope with that sound. It had to have a brush on it. That's why I changed. That's why the head was on the kitchen floor in there. I forgot to pick it up yesterday because I just can't cope with the noise. And then the look at the bathroom, it was spotless. I hoovered it, it just felt so clean.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I find it really hard though because that glass door's in the way.
The shower door, yeah.
It's really it doesn't move, so I'm trying to get in to clean the edges of the bath and you just can't reach. I'm not tall enough, I don't have long enough arms, but yeah. We like doing trips to Cornwall, don't we? That was a really quick sudden of change of this is still about our hobbies. Finished cleaning, let's go on to Cornwall. We still like travelling to Cornwall.
We love going to Cornwall. We'll probably end up living there in the next 3 years.
Yeah.
I want to anyway. I think I plan to save up, buy a place over in Cornwall, go travelling.
Makes me feel sick thinking that.
What? Buying a place?
No, just thinking we'll be so far away from home.
But that will be home.
It is my home, but still, it's so far away from parents. Although I think you're so used to where your dad lives.
I mean, so away. I moved to Portsmouth when I was 16.
Yeah, see, I've not moved away from...
Yeah, Eastbourne.
So, like, I lived in Heathfield for a little bit with Mum.
Yeah.
But then they got back together, so then we went back to home. So, like, but then I was still living with my family. Yeah. So, whereas this, I'm still near family. And I think that's really weird, like, because although I lived with you, I knew that any chance I wanted to, I could go back home. Yeah. Although I didn't.
Which I remember you doing 0 times, yes.
Actually, I did a few times. There's a bit of evidence on my phone. But there's like now, like I don't feel like I could go back. Well, I can't because I've lost half my furniture, so I can't go back home. So it's like, I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. It's a weird feeling. So like moving to Cornwall, I'll be 6 hours away from family.
Which isn't that far, really.
No, it's not, but it's still like, if I really need my mum, well, if I fall pregnant and be like, Mum, I really need you, Mum, can you travel here now? 6 hours later, and I'm okay then by the time she's there. Yeah. Well, how did this undo?
Just being dramatic for nothing then.
No, I will need my mum. Let's be honest.
But yeah, that's our plan. Move over Cornwall way, which will be good.
Are you sure?
I'm so tired. What's the next topic?
Okay. Childcare.
What's some of the questions on there that I put?
That you wanted me to answer.
Yeah, what are they? Read them out.
What made you decide to get into the childcare industry?
What made you decide to go into the childcare industry?
Actually, it was a really weird thought. So back in 2017, is that when we left school? I can't remember what year we were looking at colleges, but I love playing with hair. I love plaiting my hair, anybody else's hair, anything with hair. I wanted to become a hairdresser, but always wanted to look after kids, not in the sense of how I'm doing now, but like in a school sort of things, like in a nursery, because I did that for about 5-6 years. Quite a long time. But I don't really know what made me go into the childcare industry. Like, between the 2 different parts of the college that I went to, hairdressing was not a very nice place. Like, it was just a typical girl environment, and that wasn't me. I don't like that. And then childcare, like, the teachers were really nice, they were welcoming, they seemed supportive.
I think how teachers behave and the culture and environment around a topic can really sway people's decisions on what path they want to go down. I think if hairdressing had been a very warm, welcoming environment and childcare had been like argumentative or, you know, just not as welcoming, then you could have gone down that route.
Yeah.
I do think naturally your heart probably falls more on the childcare side, and hairdressing, doing your hair, whatever, it's like a hobby.
Yeah.
And I think probably you found the right balance of those 2 things.
Well, I look after kids and I do their hair all the time, so I get to do that.
Best of both
worlds.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
But it was like, it's really, really weird to think, like, if it was the other way, where would I be now? Like, I genuinely don't think I'd be as happy as I am now.
No.
I think
maybe not.
I'm not a very sociable person, so I think it'd have been very, very difficult for me. And I think at the back of my mind, like, because I was enjoying hair at the time, I was like, oh yeah, I really would really like this. Like, should we go and have a look in this? Like, me and my parents went in and had a look, and then like me and my mum had a conversation. Was like, no, this isn't my environment. Although I was one of them typical girls back then, like I loved drama, I just never really liked joining in and doing it. Do you know what I mean? Like making drama up, just couldn't do it.
It's all right when you're in the mood for it, but when you don't have the energy for it,
it's just too much. So I think it was mainly the college that helped me decide that, and also I always looked after my neighbours' kids all the time. So I enjoyed that as well, and I always enjoyed talking to my teddies late at night for about 4 a.m. and then fall asleep for 2 hours until I had to wake up for school. So that was good fun. But I've been in like the childcare industry since 2017. I started in the first nursery that I even attended to when I was a child in 2017 in October, because our DBS took forever to get through. Although it wasn't that forever, actually. It was 4 weeks. Now it's like, 3 months?
Yeah.
if you're lucky. But I've been in since 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 7 years. I feel so old saying that. 7 years I've been in the childcare industry. I was in a nursery so I obviously did placement in nurseries. So it'd be like 2 set days a week. And then I wouldn't be in college. And then there'll be like a block week where you do Monday to Friday work in childcare. And that was good fun. But that was very long and tiring because you had to learn on the job. And like bring in all of your practice, although they never really used the theorists and all of that stuff was never really used in a nursery.
No, you learn about 100 times more by actually doing something.
And I'm not being funny, I haven't actually thought about a theorist since God knows when. I'll do something positive with one of the kids, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a Bandora theorist, and it's like, how do I remember that? I don't know. It's weird, but like I don't bring it into my natural work and put it in my writing, you know. Like that's how they introduced it, but I didn't. And then that I went to 2 different settings then because I thought it would be a bit more fun to go to a different one, because the first one was a bit like, you're the slave here, you're going to have to do all the cleaning. The second one introduced me more into being with the kids and talking with the kids and playing with the kids, which was fun. And then actually I left there after I left college and went to another nursery. Really disliked that nursery, so I went back to the second nursery that I was in placement at, and I loved that and stayed there. Started there in Feb 2020, and then because I got January 2020, 26th, I remember that. And then I left. That was them.
That must have been next door, yeah.
That was so close.
That was really close, wasn't it? I thought, are we under attack?
There's a rat or a mouse, one of them. And then I started doing. I went into nursery to go to uni. But then COVID hit, and then I couldn't actually go to university. And then when I was thinking about it deeply, I was like, I don't actually want to go to uni yet. I'm not ready. And then I struggled staying there. So then I've been looking for like another job for like 2 years, and then I found this job. I've been in this job for a year and a half, roughly. Feels like I've been there for years instead of a year and a half.
You've become part of like the core team there, haven't you?
I came onto that quite quickly as well. Like I built up a bond with the 2 kids that I worked with. Yeah. Instantly. Like it was really weird, like reading their care plans and stuff, like you'd think, oh, this is going to be a really, really long process, but it wasn't actually that much of a long process.
Yeah, I think you've got a natural flair for like understanding the kids and what they need much quicker than anybody else around you. I think it's just, what you're naturally
just
good
a
at.
Natural thing. Yeah. I don't know, I just enjoy it. It's good fun. And you get to go on fun days out as well, like summer holidays. Although how tiring they are, you get to go to Thorpe Park.
Well, I've had a really long day. What have you done today? Oh, well, I've been to Thorpe Park and I got in for free and I got to go on all the really fast rides. I feel so sorry for you. So, yeah, must be really difficult.
Like the deep side of it where you don't understand is that you can't lose this child.
Yeah.
So like I was talking to...
Well, you can. You shouldn't.
No, if you do, you've got to file loads of paperwork, and I don't fancy doing that. But like what I found, like what I've said to people is like, because when we went out to this like big day activity with the whole home, and it was just so stressful, I was like, if it was my own child, I'd let him run to the park and have time in the park and tell them to come and find me. Do you know what I mean? Whereas these kids, you can't go to the park and then come and find me because of the level they're at, and also they're looked after kids, they're not your own kids, so if they do go missing or if they do get kidnapped, you are pretty screwed. Right, let's be honest.
You're not going to be able to work in childcare.
No, and I don't want to do that. Like, I'm happy to sit on the side of the park and they can go enjoy themselves, but I don't want to be like, right, I'm up on top of this field and you're down here in this field playing in the park. Like, no. My own kids, I'll probably do that. Probably not that far, but still, like, be quite close and be like, okay, right, when you're done, come and find me. So I don't think it'd be so stressful when we have our own kids. Like, that's what I keep reminding myself. I'm like, it's not going to be this stressful when we have kids.
Well, there's nobody there to tell you off, is there, really?
Yeah, and you're not...
Other than the police.
Well, yeah. But you're not, like, constantly being watched. And when the child falls over, you've got paperwork to do. When you've got your own kids, get up, stop crying, go and play. Do you know what I mean? Like, the amount of times I've hurt myself. But it's been good fun. Like, the qualifications that I needed was, like, a level 3. I didn't do level 2.
So that was the next question. What qualification did you need to get into being a childcare practitioner?
Yeah, just literally. So people do a level 2 first.
Level 2 in
childcare.
That's literally a thing, is it?
Yeah, I can't remember what the actual name is, but it's level 2, early years or something. And then you go into level 3, but I went straight to level 3 because I was like, I'm not staying there for 3 years. I don't fancy it. I'd rather stay there for 2.
Yeah.
So I did my level 3, and that's only if I passed English and maths, and I did. You don't understand how grateful I was for that.
I only just scraped through as well.
Yeah, like I got a 4, whatever it was.
Yeah, I got
whatever a C was, and that's all I needed. That's all I cared about.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I don't even use my maths and English. Okay, actually I do. I write reports, but like you don't need that level of.
I became an accountant. I don't think I used anything.
No,
that
like
I learnt in maths.
You don't have qualifications that you need to make. Equations that you need to do.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Also, whenever I did an accounting maths problem, which is usually just simple addition or subtraction, I never once was told, oh no, you've used the grid method. You need to actually use this different method just to show me you can do.
It's
Like,
really
it's
stupid,
so silly.
isn't it? Like, why?
It makes no sense. They should do like a practical application.
Yeah.
Maths and a practical application. Can you write a simple email?
When you fail your English and maths, you do basic stuff. So why couldn't they do that for people in like year 11? Because it's so stressful. Like, think about how much stress where the year above me had their paperwork in front of them, like our year didn't have this, but like the year above had the like paperwork for the poems and the books, and so they didn't have to remember like 100 different poems and millions different quotations, whereas we had to remember that, and we had to remember all of the like science stuff. And you know what, all I remember is I think it's He is helium, and that's all I know. O2 is oxygen, and H2O is water. That's all I know. Do you know what I mean? Like, why did I need to learn all of that stuff and remember it all to go into an exam? Like, I don't even use that in my everyday life anymore.
No, I don't think anyone does.
So, like,
even top theorists will have a periodic table to look at.
Yeah.
So, even if you know hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, all that stuff.
You see, I didn't even know any of that. So, like, I don't know why we had to remember everything of that. It was so stupid. Like, it was really weird.
Yeah. But
all you needed was like a level 3 in early years to become like a childcare practitioner. I'm currently doing a diploma, so I have the qualification for working in the childcare industry I'm doing now, but I'm also doing a diploma, a level 3 one for residential care.
Nice. So it's
something
more
like
specific.
Yeah. So like, because early years is only 0 to 5. The other one, the residential home, is 0 to 18.
Nice.
Or to 25, maybe to 25, because there's like a Sen and a Senko, and they're like 18, 25, like when they become that age. But we don't look after adults, so it's all that stuff. I don't really know what tips to give someone if they're going into childcare. It's not hard. No, you just
care about the kids.
Genuinely care about the kids, and like the paperwork.
Don't go into it for money. Go into it because you actually want to do it.
Yeah, don't go in it for money.
There's so many people you work with who are like, I'm just saving up for this next beauty thing or whatever.
Yeah, anything like that. It's just
I do a job that you enjoy.
Like,
you can make money in anything. You just got to do it.
When I look at my payslip, I don't actually generally don't care, do I? I might be quite surprised about how much money I get, but I'm not like,
sometimes happily, sometimes disappointed.
Yeah, but it's sometimes because I haven't done the amount of hours I'm meant to do. Actually, that hasn't happened in a while.
Yeah.
But
there's no risk of that.
It's happening. It's a bit annoying. Like the pay, but it's not. I don't care about the money, I care about the kids, always have done. Like, the tips I'd probably give you is, if you're doing like an early years thing, look at the early years book. I can't remember what it's called now. 0 to 5, EYFS. Wow, that's come to my head. Yeah, EYFS, early years foundation stage. And that will have 0 to 5. I think they actually do it for 5+ as well, but I can't remember what it's called because I did that on my diploma. But like, you just need to know your information. It's simple. You just search up on Google, and you will not need your theorist in the future. You don't.
Just got to get through it.
Yeah, like I remember I wrote my essay and I had to remember everything, and I just wrote the separate theorists because I remembered all the theorists and their theories. But now, like, if I tell you about one of them, I haven't got a clue. I don't know if it's the right theorist I'm talking about. I'll just make up rubbish.
Same stuff with music. I had to learn lots of...
Yeah. Like, where are you putting your theorist in your music, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this person made this bing thing on the guitar, you know? You don't randomly say that in your gig, do you?
No. No, it's quite... I think... Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's a bit weird. And then one other question that Will's decided to put down is, what do I most enjoy about your work in childcare? Have I not answered that?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, just making memories.
Making memories.
Having fun. Letting them live the life they're supposed to be living.
Yeah. Very good. Moving on.
I'm finished talking now. Your music. Why music?
Why did I become a musician? Because I love it.
Maybe yours.
I know, I'm sorry. It's quite a sleepy light in this room, isn't it?
That's why I need the curtains open.
Yeah. We tried to have the curtains open for this podcast, but it was just making us look like silhouettes, so couldn't do it. Why music? I just enjoy it. I like playing guitar. I like singing. Way more fun than being an accountant, which is what I was. And yeah, I'm just motivated. I'm basically not necessarily motivated by music. I'm motivated by not being an accountant. So I'm just running away from that.
A lot of people, there's one person I work with that says about she was an accountant or like accountancy, something like that, and how much stress it caused her because you're dealing with such big money. Like now you're not dealing with like any money apart from your own.
I worked at a firm for 9 months. I did £1.5 billion worth of transactions. Have I told you that before?
Yeah, you've probably told me everything.
Yeah. A lot. It was a lot of stress. I remember one day we had £4 million come into one account as well. It was a property company. And yeah, they basically rented the commercial buildings to like the gym and all sorts. They own all those buildings that the gym rented. Went off and they had £4 million go into their account and then just bounce out the next day. And there was no explanation for it. Like, how do you accidentally make and then lose £4 million and you don't know how you did it?
How you did it, yeah.
Can I have those sort of mistakes, please?
I know. Yeah, please bring it over into my bank just by accident.
Yeah.
And then I won't say anything. So is that when you decided to become a musician, or did you become a musician? Because when I met you, you left your job.
Yeah. So I left the big accounting firm, tried out a smaller accounting firm, and stayed there 2 days. And then after 2 days, I just said, "I'm really sorry, I don't want to work here," and just left.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't know necessarily that I was going to become a musician then, but I was sort of like, okay, if accounting's like, I've spent 4 years in business and accounting. I've always been interested in personal finance. I still am. But if accounting's not going to be the career, let's have a look at like what I do when there's no pressure to do anything. So I was lucky enough to move back in with mum from living at dad's, and basically just saw what I filled my time with. And I found that I was always playing guitar, always singing, and yeah, was just really enjoying it. So I then, I think, well, when you first saw me was when I played at mum's birthday, because she had a joint birthday with your older sister, sort of sister. And you're right for Jishy.
There's a drawer, I've got to play with it.
And I can't remember what I was saying.
Yeah, sorry, I took you off topic, didn't I? About becoming a musician, and you were saying about being at your mum's party.
Yeah, so after I played at mum's party, like I was really nervous for that, but mum asked if I could do it. I did like 4 songs, and it didn't go terribly. And then my nan and granddad, who do a lot of music around where we live, basically were like, you should do some open mic nights. So I was like, I'll give it a go. And then basically just rinsed open mic nights for a year.
Yeah, I remember.
No, not even, maybe 6 months. I did like 150 open mic nights in that 6 months. I did like 3 or 4 a week, and just practiced getting up in front of people and playing, getting up in front of people and playing, getting up in front of people and playing. Just did it every single night, and I actually miss it. I'd like to go and do some more, to be fair.
You say that every single time.
Yeah, it was good fun. Because you get to know the other musicians as well. that are around your local area and pick up tips and like ask them what you can improve on, and like see what people's response to certain songs are, see what people are singing along to. So it's really good to do. And then I got booked for my first gig in December 2022, and that was awesome because somebody actually gave me money for just doing what I do in my bedroom, which is just sitting and playing guitar and singing. It's like, that's so cool. I remember getting back after the gig, my voice was sort of a bit hoarse because I'd never sung for like 2 hours non-stop, even though I had a bit of a break in the middle. But like even an hour and a half non-stop of singing, if you've not done it before, it's quite a lot to do. And I was like, I've just made money for singing, like it's so crazy. And then that gave me the confidence to so I play for that place still to this day for way less than I play for anybody else, just because they gave me the boost of confidence I needed to go and get all my other gigs.
Well.
That's it. And so now I play and try and get as many gigs as I can, and yeah, been able to move out, which is quite nice. And yeah, still enjoy it, still motivated to do it, much more motivated than I was with accounting. With accounting, I was going into it with the mindset of like, okay, well, if you get this salary and you stay in the job long enough and you like show that you're good and you always turn up on time and you dress smart, like you can work your way up the ranks, and then eventually you'll get a decent salary, you'll be able to get a mortgage and buy a house. It's like, I still want like to buy a house and rent out property and all of that stuff, but I'm just going about it a different way now. My plan was to buy 3 properties before, rent them out, live off that, and then do music, because I didn't think I could make any money doing it. I forget this is all new and exciting for you, isn't
it? Sorry.
Oh, you're so funny. It's nowhere near your face now either.
No, it wasn't anyway.
No, but it needs to be pointed at you.
I know, but I just wasn't expecting it to flop.
There you go.
Is it hard to be a musician? Sorry, I don't even know what you're talking about. I got distracted.
It can be stressful at times, like if you don't get booked for a gig or somebody doesn't decide to rebook you until the next summer. It's like, okay, well, I've got bills to pay now, so I need to make sure that I'm like, November's usually quite quiet, January's usually quite quiet, February's usually quite quiet other than Valentine's Day. So it can be stressful for those months, but I think the solution there is just planning in advance. And I was talking to my dad the other day about so I basically took my foot off the gas through August because I had an incredible August. It was the most money I've ever made in a month ever. But because I took my foot off the gas with asking people for gigs, then now it comes like a few of the places that booked me in August have already done their schedule for the year and I wasn't included in it. And I've just left it so I had no gigs in October, no gigs in November, 1 gig in December, then nothing January, February, March. Like, that's going to be a problem. I can see that's going to be a problem. How do I get out of this? I'm stressed. So the last week I've just been going on a spree of just messaging people. I think I messaged over 150 pubs, and I've finally booked out October. Got pretty much every date that I can do in September done. I think I've got maybe 3 left to book in September. Then November's filling up as well, which is good. Like we went to go and get a gig yesterday. They asked us to come in, or me to come in, and you came, and got booked for another one. So it's good. I think for any musicians or people wanting to be musicians, like pubs will book you. You've just got to message enough of them, because it might not be the right time for one, but if you just asked another one, they might have given it to you. So it's just a numbers game, really. And
always chasing up, because people like how busy a pub is.
That's it.
And
people
like how
forget
often,
stuff.
yeah,
it's like they're only human at the end of the day.
You don't look at your emails. Like, how many times a day do you look at your emails?
Yeah.
I mean, you look at your emails more than I do, but like, you think about it. How many times do you look? Like, do you look at it enough to then be like, oh yeah, hang on, let's just read all my emails that have been sent, probably 100 of them. Being a pub, like, it's just crazy to think.
Chasing up is really important. So with the spreadsheet that I've made, it's I put next to it the last date that I contacted them, and then every week I go back and send a new email to all of them saying, hi, just following up, don't know if you got my email last week, like, I'm really interested in playing for you. I cost this much. I do pop and country music. I'm a solo artist, singer, guitarist, and use a loop pedal to get a full sound, all that good stuff.
I think another important thing is the money, because
not overcharging.
Yeah, how many pubs are going down? Like, going down because they don't have any money or they don't have any customers. You need to think of it that way. Despite the fact you need money yourself, you want to have that
reoccurring booking.
To just keep going at.
Yeah.
And then then you think about it. Say like if you charge, I don't know, what,
150
for a gig, and you get three in that month, like 3 or 4 bookings for like, just say like January to November or something. Them 3 or 4 bookings, you're getting like 300, 400 worth of money. I can't do maths that quickly. Obviously 2 is 300, so £600 worth of booking. And that's really, like, think about it in that way, that's really good. Despite the fact they're different months, they're much better than...
It is a lot. Like, per hour you get a lot. The problem is making sure you're booked for enough hours. So I'm trying to get booked for at least a gig a day at the moment. And I'm also trying to... I think I've shifted my mindset where it's easy to think, oh yeah, it's not summer, therefore I'm not getting booked as much. But like, if you remove that as an excuse, it's like, no, you just haven't been booked enough. You haven't emailed enough people. That's the reality. Because I've proved in the last week, people are still booking. And they're booking not just for this year, they're booking for January and February, which are usually my really quiet months. So actually, I just need to email way more people, and I should be able to get 1 Friday night, 2 on Saturday, and 1 on Sunday every week.
Yeah.
It's like, there's that is what I'm considering my new max capacity. Potentially, why not a Thursday? Like when I had Joy Bar.
Yeah.
Like I could try and get a recurring Thursday gig. That was like £1,000 a month last year.
Yeah.
So there's lots of opportunities. It's just being persistent and chasing up, as you say, every week, just to make sure you're in their inbox, because somebody might not be looking to book 1 week, or they might have loads of stuff on. But if you just reminded them the following week when they're actually booking their musicians, they might have actually booked you. It's obviously also doing it in a way that's not just pestering. You've got to make it look like you're not just pestering, even though you are in there regularly. Because you don't want people giving you gigs. Like, there's one guy in Eastbourne who somebody that you know plays with, who is just relentless, and people just give him gigs just to get rid of him. And I don't want to get gigs that way. I want to get gigs based off the merits of my performance. And yeah, so it's all good fun. It's all part
You've
of it.
always got to be positive going in, like what Will just said, that one person that does that sort of stuff. You can't go in and be like, give me a gig. Like, you've got to be welcoming, be like, all right, I'm a local, like you say, like, I'm a local musician.
And if you want any music on, like, I'm happy to play
like,
for you.
I'll
I do this.
Yeah. Like, you don't pressure them into it. And sometimes, like, some places just go, right, okay, I'll give you some dates. And it's like that quick. And then because you don't overcharge yourself, like,
I have tried to.
It doesn't always come positively. No. Like, there's some that you can charge. I think it depends on the place.
It does.
Like, if it's a small, quiet pub, you charge the right amount.
Yeah.
If it's a bigger pub and you're playing for 3 hours,
I charge
you'd
more.
expect to have more hours. Do you know what I mean?
I also like to charge more for 3-hour gigs because I don't enjoy them. So it's like, you're not only paying for an extra hour, you're paying for the amount that I don't like doing it as well.
Yeah.
It's like, that is work.
And like, they're late hours as well, so like,
quite often the 3-hour ones are 9 till midnight.
Yeah.
And I don't like, well, I'm quite often up until midnight, but I don't like being out and about until midnight.
It's just not your thing.
Yeah.
So on
like,
that
topic, it's good money, but I'd rather take a 2-hour gig for less money, because per hour it's still ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm earning way more as a musician than I was as an accountant, and if you had told me that 4 years ago, I never would have gone into accountancy. It's like, it's just getting information out there. Like, if you play pub gigs, you can do okay. It's just, you've got to have the drive to message the pubs.
Yeah.
And if you've messaged 100 in a day and you haven't got a gig, you need to have the energy to message 100 the next day. Bless you.
Thank you very much.
So just keeping up with that, like it's basic business principles. Like I love reading business books. I follow Alex Hormozy, Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone growing up, Graham Stephan, Dave Ramsey. I follow all of them. I've read all of their books. Stephen Bartlett. Like I love all of it because it all applies, and you just need to actually do it. Like it's great to learn all the stuff, but actually doing it is different. It's like we said earlier, like doing something you learn 100 times more than if you just learn all the theory. Like if you just read a book on how to play the guitar, I promise you wouldn't be able to play guitar after it. Whereas if you actually tried to play the guitar, you might be able to play at least something.
Yeah.
So yeah, good question.
I think through that question you've answered all the other questions you've
How
put
about?
in there.
Sorry, what were the other ones?
What should be your favourite gig?
That's tough. It all depends on my mood. I quite enjoyed doing the football club. Weirdly. But that was a 2-hour one. And I sort of had freedom to play whatever I wanted. So I like that. I really like doing the country pub where Dad and Grandma came.
Oh yeah.
I really like that one.
And the other one. Plough and Harrow.
Oh yeah, there's a
You've always said that's your favourite.
I do like doing that one. It's just they really like modern country music, so playing. I like modern country music as well, so playing that and that people actually knowing the words to the songs is like really nice.
Quite nice, isn't it? So your favourite gigs to play, I think you said, was like the sit down ones where you don't have to, and like people.
I do enjoy. Like I played the Beacon the other day, and that was really good fun. And that didn't even have a massive audience. It was like.
But you can still imagine how big the Beacon is. Well, you know how big the Beacon is, but how big that is. You can hear like people talking from New Look all the way to Primark. Yeah. Like your background music then for them. So it's nice that I think you're quite a backgroundy music. Although one thing that you do make me laugh at your gigs, you strum your guitar when you're finished. Like, by the way, I'm done. Like all crap. Do you know what I mean? Makes me laugh. And what do you most enjoy about being a musician? I think you've answered that.
The hours. Because there's no working hours.
I could never. So I
haven't worked for 2 years, and I've earned more money than I did when I was working.
You've earned more money than I do.
I'm just a musician. It's like none of it's work. That's what I love the most about it. It's like even messaging the pubs, I don't see that as work. I enjoy it. It's like a challenge. It's like, okay, well, you've messaged this pub. Can you convert them into giving you a gig?
Yeah.
It's like, and then playing the gig, it's like, well, I'm just playing my guitar and you're giving me money. Who's the fool? It's like, sometimes you get free food and drinks as well. It's like, just give me money and food, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really good fun.
Sit there and get food as well.
I do forget as well, obviously, they're not just paying you for that 2 hours. They're paying you for the 10 years that you've spent learning the guitar to get that good and then learning the songs and all that stuff. It's like, actually, if you look at how much work I've done, I've probably done my 10,000 hours on guitar now quite comfortably. Maybe closer to 12 or 13,000 hours. And singing, I've probably done 5,000 hours of. So I'm getting like to where like I'm nowhere near mastered either of them, singing or guitar, but I'm getting to that point where like I can do it competently, and that's what people are paying for. They're paying for like somebody that's decent. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, definitely. When I stroke that bit of my laptop, it vibrates. It feels really nice. On my finger, by the way.
Somebody clip that, please. That's so the first short that's going up. That's really funny.
That's it of your questions. We've got a couples quiz and our upcoming trip.
Nice. Right, find a couples quiz on the laptop.
Okay, I have been looking. Which I put 10 questions to ask your boyfriend to see if he knows you. But I think you'd know me.
This is a fun little segment. I think we'll do this in every podcast.
Oh, great. I don't think I know more.
No, give us an opportunity to learn more about each other if we don't already.
Okay, this is an AI overview. Should we just do that, or do you want to do an actual quiz?
No, this is fun.
Yeah?
Just 10 questions.
Okay. What's my favourite food?
Bangers and mash.
Yeah.
1 for 1.
What's my go-to comfort movie?
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's my biggest pet peeve?
That's really tough. Do you know what it is?
I have a few. Because it depends on the situation.
I don't know. That's really tough. Vape in your face? It's got to be one of them.
That does frustrate me. But that's not my biggest pet peeve.
What would you say your biggest pet peeve is then?
People who sit there, ask you a question and blank you.
Yeah.
Like they've asked you a question for a reason. Why can they not tell you? Why are they not listening? Do you know what I mean?
That's a good point. Why do you think that is?
Oh, shoulder popped.
What's the next one?
Who is my best friend now? You should definitely know this.
Jess. Wow.
She is my best friend, but she's not my she's my best friend,
Your
but I
mum.
have best friend than that. Not negative towards Jess, just because we've been such old friends. And it's not mum. Mum is my best friend, obviously, but I met up with her the other day. Before I went away on the kids.
Molly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that.
Did
You've
you?
known her for years. Yeah, fair enough.
I've
Sorry,
known
Jess,
her
you lost
since-
out. You're number 2.
There's nothing like that. It's just because she is my best friend, always has been. I don't even know this actually, so if you know this will be interesting. What's
7.
my dream vacation?
Vacation.
Vacation.
Vacation. I think you'd like to go to Indonesia.
Mm.
Bali or whatever.
Yeah.
I think Thailand you'd quite like to go.
Oh, I have just seen some videos of Thailand. It looks really good. Do I prefer mornings or evenings?
Mornings.
You are right.
Did
Maybe.
you see the hesitation on that? 0. Yeah.
I like my evenings just being downtime. In the mornings I like being proactive.
Yes.
What's a small detail about me that most people don't know? I don't know either.
You're quite shy.
So you don't think most people know that?
I don't. I think in public you put on a really brave social face, if you like, and you're sociable when you like talking to people. Sometimes you can be withdrawn, but I think most people wouldn't call you shy. I think most people
To be fair, people do get it wrong. Where I went for the interview at job, I was so confident, but really inside of me, all I wanted to do was just not talk.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay.
I think it's probably
that is true, actually. I think you're right there. What is my favourite thing to do on a day off? If I get one.
Clean.
Okay.
Cook for me.
No.
Do the washing up after you've cooked for me.
No. This is what I do at work. Things on my day off where I don't have to do it here.
Go to the
and
gym.
at work. Yeah, and
Look at Highland cows. Do puzzles. And diamond paintings.
well done. If I could be any
Watch
animal.
the NFL game.
No.
Oh.
If I could be, it was good for you to watch it. If I could be any animal, what would it be?
Highland cow.
Do you think?
Yeah. You've already got the personality.
What's the personality of a Highland cow then?
You're a cow.
You're so mean. What's a funny inside joke we have?
You're a cow. No, I don't know.
I'm sure we had one.
We did have one. I don't know. For Always Forever. That's a song.
That's a song, not an inside joke.
I don't know.
I don't think we have it now. I can't remember it. But we did. I remember what it was when we were coming out with your mum's and we were getting in my car. And then that's ever stuck. I'm sure it was something like that.
I don't know.
Would you like for me to look up the girlfriend?
Yeah. Do you want me to read them out?
Of course. Oh, it's the same thing.
So, who is your role model?
Your role model?
Oh, who is my role model?
Your granddad?
Yeah. To be
Is
fair.
it actually?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's just a pure guess.
Looking down these questions. These are deep, some of these. What is my go-to comfort movie when I'm feeling down?
You don't watch films?
I don't really, do I?
No. If it's like a series, I think Friends.
Yeah, or Big Bang.
Yeah. Or a Marvel film. Got really itchy eye.
What are my favourite ways to spend my free time?
Playing guitar.
That was difficult, wasn't it? What's something I've always wanted to learn or try but haven't yet?
I don't really know. You always say you want to be like a tree cutter.
Oh, a lumberjack, I'd love to, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd also like to go bungee jumping.
But that's not learning, that's just doing it.
Trying to find some interesting questions. Who's my favourite music artist?
God, that changes every blooming time. Every day. There's Morgan Wallen.
Yeah.
Sam Tompkins. God.
I had some help. Yeah.
Post Malone. I was thinking about his name, but I can't remember what it was. I had a picture of his face.
I saw it in your eyes.
Russell Dickerson.
Oh, he's alright, yeah.
Jacob Collier.
He's the cream
My
cracker.
God, what was the guy that we saw in the O2? John Mayer.
John Mayer, like John Mayer. That was such
Tommy
a good show.
Emmanuel.
I like Tommy Emmanuel. That's the best acoustic show I've ever
How
seen.
on earth I remember all of these? I don't know.
You've had 2 years of acclimatisation.
Literally. Who else have you?
What's my go-to comfort food?
Ben and Jerry's.
Yes.
Every time. Cookie dough switch up.
Yes.
Or fish food.
Cookie dough switch up.
You do buy some fish food sometimes though.
Am I more of an introvert or an extrovert?
I'm sure you tell me you're an extrovert.
I think I'm naturally more of an introvert.
Then what am I?
I think you're an introvert as well.
You asked this question and I ask the same question back. Like, what are they?
So an introvert is somebody that's not very social. An extrovert is somebody that's very social.
Yeah, but you are very social.
I think I fake it. I think if I look at me naturally, I'd love to just sit in my room and play guitar by myself.
Yeah, I mean, you're not very sociable naturally. Like, you are. But you're more social than me. But then I've noticed I'm more social than you when we're out. Depending on where.
Depending on who it is.
Who it is.
I'm going to ask you the same one. What is my biggest pet peeve? And I do have one.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Is it about me?
It is definitely about you.
Oh no. I don't know. Pointless arguments.
We can add that to the list if you want.
Doing amount of hours that I do.
We can add that to the list if you want.
About me. Not putting my towel back?
No, didn't even notice. I don't care about that. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah. No.
I'd done it.
Oh, yeah.
Soph doesn't understand the difference between the word did and done.
I do. I just have dyspraxia.
Yeah. She likes making excuses.
Screw you.
No, I'm actually very sympathetic.
I'm getting there though. I do have to overthink before I say the done or did word. But you know. Am I saying it right?
Cool. Well, that was a fun couples quiz. We'll finish off the podcast. I don't know how long we've been going. But did you look at the time when I said 20 minutes?
No.
No. Oh, that would have been a good thing to do.
I know.
We're going to Mallorca on Friday.
We are.
It's exciting. I don't know when this video will be uploaded. We might be in Mallorca while this is uploaded, but
maybe.
Depends how many we can get filmed today. But yeah, what is there anything you want to? I want to swim in the sea. I want to go in the pool. We're staying at an all-inclusive hotel type resort, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's not very far from the airport because we didn't want to spend loads on taxi.
So we're quite close to Magaluf, but
yeah,
that
wasn't really deliberate.
No, we didn't want to travel really, really far from an airport because what we looked at and what we saw was that every time we wanted, like every hotel, the flights were so late. So risking a drive from the airport to our hotel,
which might be the other side of the island.
Yeah, it could. Like, we just didn't want to risk it. It could have been dangerous. It could have been like, I'm quite a person that's like overthinks everything, and I think you were also like,
well, it's
do
also
we want
like,
to travel that far?
I didn't want to spend hundreds of pounds on a taxi or euros on a taxi.
Like, the thing is, you can go over there and like you can hire a car and go over there yourself.
Yeah, that's it.
And then like just drive back to the place. We're not night people. We don't care if like we don't go out.
No.
We'll just sit if there's no. That's the other thing. We were looking for entertainment, and there was entertainment at this one.
Yeah.
Because when we went to Gran Canaria last year, there was entertainment.
That was really good.
And that was good fun.
We can do a whole podcast about our trip to Gran Canaria. Yeah. That would be something fun to talk about.
Yeah, that was very interesting. But
so, what are some things that you'd like to do?
I don't really know.
Go in the sea, go in the pool. Maybe not even go in the sea for you. If there's an opportunity to jet ski, I'd like to do that. If there's an opportunity to bungee jump, I'd like to do that.
No.
I would.
No.
I'll tell you what, we can go to the aquarium.
Let's think about our money here.
Yeah.
It's going to cost a lot of money for you to bungee jump. Your money, not mine, because we're not splitting bungee jumping.
I'll have that experience right until my final moments as my head hits the floor.
Shut up. I think you need to do like bungee jumping in the Gran Canarian.
I'd like to do it in New Zealand as well. I've always
that's where Becky did it. And she did.
She's not the rope. No,
she was skinny then. You might want to take that out. She was my size, maybe a bit bigger actually. The only downside for this holiday, and like what's on the back of my mind, is that I haven't lost the weight that I wanted to lose.
Right, so you haven't achieved your fitness goals.
No. But we started this back in February.
We did.
Oh, go away!
So why haven't we achieved our fitness goals, Sophie?
Why haven't we? I don't eat excessively.
I can give you the easy answer.
What?
So you haven't been consistent enough.
Yeah, but I don't eat excessively. Like, I don't eat like loads of crap.
No. But if you do, what time do you do it?
It's stupid o'clock in the
Just
night.
before you go to bed.
But I haven't been recently, apart from the Doritos.
No, you've been really good, other than the 2 share packets of Doritos that you've eaten.
I didn't eat all of them. You had the majority of them Doritos.
Did I?
And I had a few.
Those
you
Doritos,
literally,
not them Doritos. That's another one.
You literally ate. I took 1 bite out of my crisp. You've had 3 crisps by then, and it's like, why? And then I'm still like, tasting this Dorito in my mouth, and you've had about another 5. So, like, you're just scoffing it, and then I look, and then the dip's half disappeared, and it's like, well, do I need to scoff some more now? Because,
Good dip.
But, like, yeah, it's just, I don't know. But then at the moment, I'm not on the month where I feel like, I feel really good about myself.
Yeah. No, I think you look good. And you have lost weight, so I wouldn't worry about
I have looked over photos to remind myself I've lost weight.
Yeah,
but
no, you're doing really well. It's just a process, isn't it? Sticking with it for the next,
time.
like, forever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to put on muscle and I haven't really.
Yeah, you were meant to be going away with your friends in October.
Oh, yeah. That'll be fun. Looking forward to that.
Are you actually?
Oh, I might do, yeah.
What if we have no money?
I'll make sure that we don't have any money because I've got the money that I've spent on a holiday for myself.
So when you come back and be like, I really need to get some gigs.
Yeah, that'll be
Because I need to pay for
I'll see if I can
rent.
get wherever we decide to go. I think we're going to Lanzarote or something if we do go. And I'll just try and get booked for a gig over there ahead of time. Earn $1,000 or whatever. Just playing a gig. Be great fun. Pay for the holiday. No, you don't want me to go. No, just stay here. Do podcasts.
Not even that. It's just money.
It is a lot.
You're moaning about our holiday. And we're halving this. When you go away with your friends, you're not halving it with your friends. You're paying. No, I'm not one of the lads.
Oh no, it's a shame. Anyway, Todgers aside.
That's so weird. But your worry has been about money, so.
Yeah, no, I want to have enough to buy a house outright when we've left here.
You haven't put it in your budget.
What?
The holiday.
No, well, there is a holiday tab.
For you and me.
It's just general holidays. I was careful about that.
Rubbish.
Right, I think we're going to wrap up the podcast there. This has been Get to Know Us, Wilfie'S
They didn't
podcast.
get to fully get to know us.
No, I mean, obviously you'll get to know us over time. This is just our first podcast. You've got to get out of the way, haven't you? You've got to get the first one done. Let us know if you have enjoyed it, anything you want to improve on, if the camera quality was okay, if the audio sounded okay. It's going to be interesting to see how these microphones recorded, because I don't think either of us have really been focusing on talking into the mic.
No, and I'm not a loud talker.
No, you're a quietly spoken lady.
Until we argue.
Yeah, in which case it's like
Everyone can hear
scrappy dappy do. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching and catch you in the next one. Goodbye.